I am Asha Ashe, the Oracle, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This will be a pick a card reading. We have three different groups here. I'll be starting with the group here on the left, which is this is the green calcite crystal. In the middle, group 2, we have a shark's tooth. And to the right here, group 3, we have a howlite crystal. Today's topic will be, what does your soul want you to know? I will have timestamps at the bottom for you to skip ahead to whichever group that you pick. But I want to give you a chance to pick a card, and based off of whichever crystal or object speaks out to you the most. I have already meditated over the energy and prayed. I've already smudged my area and these cards. And so I'm going to give you a minute to decide which one you want. And if you don't pick group 1, head right on down to the description box where you will see timestamps for each one. All right, I'll be back. All right, welcome to group 1, the calcite crystal here. This is your reading. So at the moment, what does your soul want you to know? I have already pulled 3 cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. And we will go over these, and then I will then proceed to pull some clarifiers from some oracle cards. So let's see what we have. We have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups speaks to nostalgia. And so I don't know, some of you can maybe be a water sign. This isn't specific to any astrological sign at all. But some of you could be a water sign. But there may be some nostalgia you're thinking of. Maybe you've been thinking about things from your past. Or it could be even that somebody from your past, for some of you, is about to try to return. You know, sometimes people like to pop up every so often. So yes, this card represents nostalgia and thinking about maybe even childhood or good times. We have the Strength card, and here it's like this person here is strong enough to tame the lion within. And so tame that the here little, I believe this is a sheep, the little lamb here, feels safe in their presence. So a lot of you have inner strength or need to call on your inner strength. Especially perhaps if you've been thinking about past things for a while here. Again, if somebody from your past that comes back, maybe someone that is toxic and someone you shouldn't even be talking to, you need to have the inner strength to know to let go, know what to walk away from, and trust yourself. I get the feeling that you really need to trust yourself and your intuition and your instincts more. The only way to really build your intuition is to just go with that feeling, go with your gut and start building it. The more that you do, the stronger that it gets. And lastly, we have the Hermit card. Well, this is like some of you, if not all of you, are getting ready to or already in a season of just isolation. Not that you are, totally like forget the world or anything like that, but some of you need to go into a hermit season where it's like you are preparing for something else that's coming in your future. So in order for it to come, you need to step away from the hustle and bustle. Now, I don't mean quit your job, but like in your spare time, you really need to be focused on the inner things. Building, again, that whole building your intuition, your spiritual gifts, healing, things of that nature. And sometimes that takes a lot of internal strength, inner strength, because you're not going to want to do those things, those hard things, such as getting to yourself, skipping all of the lunches, skipping the parties. Some of you need to spend time alone, or you are spending time alone, and it does take a lot of inner strength to do that, because those isolation periods can be very lonely, but this is for your highest good. You're going to come out of this stronger and wiser. So just remember that. Now I'm going to pull some clarifiers. I've already shuffled the cards, and so just pull a couple. Spirit, please. Hold on. Sorry about that. I like to do it as such. Okay. Spirit, please give us a clarifier for the Six of Cups. Thank you. Oh. This one says you have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. And so, I know I asked about Six of Cups, and that speaks to nostalgia, but I kind of feel like it's going with the Hermit here. You have a bright light inside, so stop dimming it. Stop playing small. So when you come out of this time period of spiritual growth, make sure you don't dim your light. People need it. It is going to take you very far, much farther along than it would if you just continue to play small and dim it. Some of you are probably healers. Some of you are probably light workers or way showers. So stop playing small and stop dimming your light to make other people comfortable. Spirit, can you give us more, please? Two cards come out. Trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. And stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. So actually, this could also speak to the Hermit card here. This is why you're having to go within. There are answers, there are questions you have that you need to stop looking outside of yourself. Stop looking to this person to answer it. You already know the answers to them. So you have to go within. You have to pray. You have to meditate. You have to allow Spirit to let you know, or to guide you to what the answer is. And not to get religious. I'm not religious. I'm highly spiritual. But to me, when I say spirit, I'm speaking of God. So yeah. But whatever it is you believe, whether you believe in a higher power, whatever it is you believe, you have to stop looking outside of yourself. And even for myself, God lives within me. He's not separate from me, as I've probably been taught in the past. So I don't have to look outside. I don't even need to go ask other people I know. I don't need to go ask a pastor. I have the answer within. I may have to find someone who can guide me on the ways to get those answers, but stop looking outside of yourself, because you have this bright light, right? So stop dimming it. And Spirit, could we get one more, please? Stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. So some of you may be trying to do just that, carry the whole entire world on your shoulders. And stop doing that. You're not alone. You don't have to go through life alone. So stop Stop doing that, please. And something else now that I'm thinking of, for this, stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. This card can also represent your inner child and your future self. And if you, along the road here, if you've picked up that habit of carrying the entire world, carrying the burdens of, or even the trauma of other people, like if you're an empath, it's time for you to stop doing that. Offload some of this off of your shoulders, okay? All right. I would also like to pull from one additional oracle deck that I have to give you a spirit animal message for what your soul is trying to tell you right now, what you need to know. Okay. I cannot make this up. So this we have here is the Wolf card. And the message here: emphasize a deep connection with your intuition and instincts. So, animals, they don't question what their instincts tell them. Even if to us as humans, we think, oh, that's wrong for you to stalk that animal and prey on it and kill it and eat it. But that is what they do in the wild. That's how they eat, they hunt, right? So same with us. Your intuition is your internal GPS. Do what it tells you to do. It's guiding you right now. And that is why the answers are inside of you. You have to go within to know that. You have to disconnect from the noise of the outer world and what everyone else is going to say. Nobody can tell you about your life. You are the expert. Again, I believe God or spirit will, or again, whatever you believe in, the universe, whatever, will bring the people to you at the right times. And sometimes if you're not open, you'll push those people away because they don't look representative of things you've been taught that it should look like. So, I could tell a little bit of my story just to emphasize that. I won't, but I'll give you an example of what if it's somebody that is wearing an Ankh cross and doing tarot and saging things and speaking actually the truth, things that are hitting you deep within, but you're so caught up in words and things that you were taught, like if you grew up in the church and like this is wrong, blah blah blah. They may be telling you you need to do shadow work in order to heal, and you're like, oh, that's evil. But have you really looked into what it is? It's you looking at the parts of yourself you don't let come up to the surface. It's looking at how you operate in your trauma. So again, we get so caught up on things. We have a lot of us have a lot to unlearn here. So again, beautiful message. Your message, the message to you guys is honestly connect with your intuition. Go within. Let this time in your life, oh, whether you need to, I'll accept that as confirmation. Whether you need to reflect on the things that you've been through, you need to do some deep reflection, and maybe you're carrying around anger that you haven't even tapped into. It's okay. It really is. It's okay. So, this is your message. I hope you take it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hello, group 2. If you picked the shark's tooth, then this is your reading. All right, so I've already, again, picked the tarot cards that I'll be using, and then I'll be pulling from a couple of oracle decks that I have for clarifiers. So let's see what your message is. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have Five of Cups. All right, so the Six of Wands speaks to recognition, badass success, as it says with the Light Seers Tarot. So a lot of you here are either being recognized or about to be recognized for the hard work that you've been putting in. You're about to see a big victory. Some of you may become influencers, but this is highlighting some big accomplishments for you. And it's something you need to relish in. You need to celebrate the small and the big things. Any type of any type of accomplishment, anything that you've completed, you need to celebrate it. You've worked hard, and everything that you, or whatever it is that you've been working towards, is coming into fruition. You're becoming successful. So this is like, celebrate. It's time to celebrate. It's time to be seen. Yeah, and allow anyone that supports you within your community to celebrate with you. So, and you take the time to appreciate all the progress that you've made. This is the time for you to remember that you're worthy of it, and that you're grateful that you are seen, because you've been working very hard. So congratulations. And if it hasn't come into fruition just yet, congratulations again, because it is on the way. And so next we have the Knight of Wands. So knights represent passion. I'm sorry, knights represent motion. And so for this knight, this represents passion for the Knight of Wands. So I feel like it is even going through here, like you are very passionate about something, and that is actually helping you to see the success that you're getting ready to, or seeing currently, because you are very passionate about this. So keep that passion. Anything that you are passionate about that you can do, it helps you to manifest exactly what you want. All right. Yeah, and it's also about pursuing your dreams, and this is like fast energy, like whatever you are in I cannot talk, sorry. Whatever you're into. Okay, I'm not even going to whatever it is you're excited about, whatever it is that you love and you're passionate about it, you put all that energy into it and you manifest it. So this is amazing. Just go with this, whatever. And if you haven't started it yet, do it. Those things that make you happy, those things that bring a spark into your life, do those things, and do it with passion if you haven't started yet. And if you have started, keep going, okay? Just let your gifts flow through you, all right? And so next we have the Five of Cups, right? So the Five of Cups, the number 5 can speak to challenges. And so the Five of Cups speaks with loss. Now, this doesn't always have to mean material loss, okay? This could be, some of you may be dealing with a loss currently, even though you have such good things coming, or things you're working on. You have such excitement here. But some of you may be dealing with loss all at the same time. And so just to give you some encouragement, don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. You're grieving. Yes, that's it. Some of you are grieving. And I know all too well about grief. understand that there is life after grief, or as I like to put it, life during grief even then. So some of you may feel like you're, I don't know, kind of in a dark night, and it may be because someone else put you there. And it's easy for you to focus on loss, especially if for those of you where this hasn't come into fruition just yet. It may be easy for you to focus on the loss and feel like you're lost in it. But I will say that try to work on forgiveness, forgiving yourself. And if someone is the cause of you experiencing loss, or someone put you there, work on forgiving them too. What you don't want is to have a hardened heart or to be bitter. And if you are in something where you're feeling guilty, it's time for you to release that. It's time for you to release that guilt, okay? So don't focus on your loss as much as possible. Definitely you have to deal with it. So you have to sit in those feelings, right? But it is how we react to it. So for example, I have lost both my parents, and I'm still relatively young. I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not that old either. So it is easy to grieve and to feel lost and to feel like an orphan. And sometimes those moments come up, especially during holidays, birthdays, things of that nature. But I try to do like if there is like for one of the anniversaries of the death dates, if I'm able to, I try to plan to be around other people, or I try to plan to do something to honor them and honor myself. Self-care has also helped a lot. So also what I get from this card is she's focused here on all the things that she's lost. Make sure that you can see this. She's focused here on all the things that she's lost, but she still has one cup here that's full. So while you need to sit in your feelings because you need to process them, you also just remember you still have a lot to be grateful for, because there's still at least one full cup sitting here. And these other cups can be filled again because they're not lost. They're not like these cups haven't fallen down this hole. But again, coming from someone who definitely understands grief, it's hard. And it's not just grief of the loss of family members. You can experience grief through losing a job, losing a home, losing friends, someone just walking away from you, a breakup. So you can experience grief through those types of things as well. So it's not just about person, and it's not about just financial either. So the thing is, you got to get to a point where you can start to dream again. You can start to envision yourself happy again. And you'll slowly start to get there. But just remember, it's a process. So I'm not telling you shouldn't be grieving at all. That is not what I'm saying. It's a process. It's a day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and second by second some days. And then some days you're fine. It's not healing is not linear, so grieving is definitely not linear as well. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards here. Spirit, can you give us clarification for the Six of Wands? Let's see. No one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. And honestly, this makes me... This has happened before, so I go to ask for clarification for one card, but it comes out for the other one. Spirit is like, we're doing this thing backwards, lady. So, this makes me think of this. It's okay to slow down. Like, you got this here where you want to speed up because you're so passionate about whatever it is that you're doing. Because you want to celebrate. You want to be seen. And, your dreams are coming true. But again, for some of you, you're still dealing with this loss over here. And it is kind of hard to find a balance. So it is okay to slow down. You don't have to do all of the things in one day. And I have to remind myself of that. And another card that popped out. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. Some of you are also dealing with the guilt. You may feel that you caused the loss. You may feel, you had a part in it. But that is a normal feeling. But breathe in and let it go. For some of you, this may be why you're having such a hard time of letting go of whatever it is. But it's okay for you to do that. And this one, stop pushing against what is, align with it and move on. So some of you, again, it may have been a breakup and you don't want that because you love that person. But stop pushing against what it is. It might have been the loss of a job. It might have been the loss of a business or a career, something you really, really thought was yours. But stop pushing against it, align with it, and move on. Because you are going to find your spark, that thing that you're passionate about, your dreams. You're going to follow that, and you're going to be successful. So, remember that. All right, Spirit, can we get one more? Or two? Wait, get two more cards. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. So this may also be geared for some of you, again, experiencing that loss. Like grief makes you grief sucks the joy out of everything, right? So just find ways to lighten up, not take everything so seriously. And even with the Knight of Wands there, you might get so into what it is you're doing that you don't have any fun. But make things fun. For those of you that might be like that, maybe you don't find fun into things, but maybe some of you are too serious is what I'm trying to say. Lighten up, okay? Lighten up that load. Don't take everything so seriously. All right, and so I'm going to pull one more. Never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. And I know our Six of Wands is a celebration card. But what I want to say about this for this clarifier here is you always bounce back. So if any of you watching are not at this point yet, you will be. You may be here right now, which feels like a pit. But you're going to find your spark. You're going to find that passion again. You're going to be free and you're going to be dancing like the wild horses. And you're going to be successful and you're going to be seen. And schedule some self-care. That is something that, a lot of people are taught, oh, it's selfish. And then, we got the selfish girl era, whatever. I'm so tired of all these eras, but they're cute at the same time. But it's not an era. It is, you need to get your self-care in because you cannot pour from an empty vessel. That is why a lot of people are angry and discombobulated, barely functioning because they're burnt out. And how can you take care of a family, work, and all the other responsibilities if you don't get any sleep? Now I'm kind of fussing at myself here. I need to be going to bed earlier. especially during the week. But yeah, schedule in your self-care. Schedule it in. And if you are like, I don't know what self-care is, Google some ideas, okay? It is deeper than bubble baths and getting your nails done. But, excuse me, those can be ways of getting away to yourself and letting someone pamper you. But I'm going to pull from one more deck. I want to give you a message from a spirit animal. Or a spirit animal message, sorry. About what your soul needs you. Sorry, forgot to shuffle this after the first. All right, Spirit, can you tell us, let's say Spirit animal message, please? All right, we have here the butterfly. It says, expect change, transformation, joy, elation, and growth in your life. And that is a wonderful message, especially again for those of you that are grieving and you feel like there is no escaping this Five of Cups energy. Like I said earlier, there is life after grief. Life after grief, or again, as I like to say, life with grief. There is hope. You will, again, I just said this, but I feel like I need to reiterate. You will find your spark and you will celebrate your success. But you probably should start celebrating now the fact that you don't look like what you've been through, that you're still here, that you even made it out alive from some of the things that you've been through. Okay? So expect change, transformation, joy, elation, and growth in your life. This is not your portion. This is not your destination forever. Some losses you will deal with for the rest of your life. That's just how it is. They don't teach us how to go on without those people closest to us when they pass away. It's a different type of thing. It's a new normal. We just learn to adjust and we keep going. But we miss them, right? But life does still go on. So you will change and you will go from this to this. Okay? So I don't know if some of you may need to go buy you some butterfly charms, a necklace, a poster, something. And remember this. Or even maybe screenshot this card and remember this. All right, this has been your message. All right. Welcome, group 3. This is your reading. If you picked the beautiful Howlite crystal, let's go ahead and get started with your reading here. All right, so I have already picked 3 tarot cards for you. So let's see what your message is. After we get this message, I will pull some clarifiers from a couple oracle decks that I have. So to start, you have the Star card. You do have the Sun card in reverse. And you have the Page of Wands. All right, so let's get on to your message. So you have the Star card. And this card speaks to hope and spiritual guidance. The universe shows me that I can have faith in my dreams. So this is like I like to call my faith card, my spiritual card here. So a lot of you, I'm picking up that you have a lot of dreams, you have a lot of hope, and I don't know if some of you, maybe your faith is wavering just a little bit, but I feel like you still grab on to the faith that all things are possible and that you want to manifest this, right? And this card is an air sign, so which speaks to communication. So maybe a lot of you need to voice that hope out loud, declare it. Again, whatever it is you believe, where you believe it's the universe or God or what, maybe you need to voice these things out, because how can you manifest what you want if you don't ask for it, right? So you have the hope and the dreams, you have faith, but maybe you have a little bit of doubt. Not all of you, but maybe some of you. If you do, just let that go. It's okay to let that go as well. This is also a wishes granted card. So that's why I want to speak to you. If any of you, this again, it's not all, but if any of you have any doubt, this is a wishes granted. So you're on the right path. So do not give up. For those of you that maybe are losing hope, this is a time for you to have a renewed sense of hope. Because I get the feeling that some of you are healing. This also speaks to healing after a traumatic event. So you're on the right path. So just know that, please. You should declare and expect miracles. So declare that over your life. Your life is a miracle. So expect miracles. This is wishes granted. You're going to get exactly what you want. So hold on to that hope to get you through those times where it looks kind of dark. And in that hope, have faith in a higher power. Have faith in God. Have faith in spirit. Have faith in the universe. Whatever it is you believe. Have faith that you will get exactly what it is you want. But trust in this time. You're being prepared still. It's still being prepared for you. And so here we do have the Sun card in reverse. And I know some readers do not read tarot cards in reverse. I don't read oracle cards in reverse. But I will be reading this one in reverse. Being in reverse is not necessarily a bad thing. So don't go there. This speaks to delays, a negative mindset, or self-doubt, lack of confidence. And so that goes back to what I was saying here. For any of you there's some of you that have a lack of confidence and you have self-doubt. You have some negativity that maybe this thing I want, maybe it won't come true. But no. Well, you can't manifest it if you don't believe it, right? You've got to be in that energy. So if you want the delays to fade out, change up what you're thinking of. Change your mindset from negative to positive. Okay? You're worth that. You're worthy of everything it is that you hope and desire for. The things that you want. Okay? I don't know who might have told you that you can't have the desires of your heart. Now, I do believe that if you're desiring evil things for other people, yeah, you could reap the consequences of doing that. Not so great things could come back on you. But there is nothing wrong with maybe you wanting to manifest wealth. You want to be wealthy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with luxury. And then there's nothing wrong with if luxury to you is being able to shop at Target instead of Walmart. No one is the boss of you. How you get to live your life how you want to live. So, yeah, just change up your mindset. All right. Tune out the negative mindset and find inspiration. Find that inspiration into however it is you find inspiration. Find that, which leads us to the Page of Wands. Now, wands are part of the fire element, and pages, they represent messages. So the Page of Wands is enthusiasm. You need to almost have like a childlike faith. This is like a young woman here, and she's very excited about whatever possibilities that she has coming forward. She's very enthusiastic. You need to find some enthusiasm. You need to, like it says here in the reverse, find some inspiration. Go find that. You may need to find that in youth. Like, what type of things did you do in your youth? If you're in your 20s, what did you do as a teenager that made you happy? Maybe you need to revisit that. If you're in your 30s, what did you do in your 20s, or or even as a teen or as a kid, even that made you happy? If it's like, oh, I used to go ride my bike at the park and that made me happy, go do that. Maybe you used to go skip rocks across the pond. Go do that. You go read outside in the backyard or at the park. Whatever it is, some of you probably need to get out in nature, Find some things that make you happy. Go back to that childlike innocence of when we didn't have a care in the world. We weren't worried about anything. We weren't we weren't really worried about anything. Find a way to go back to that. Find that enthusiasm, because you're going to get exactly what you want. Again, this is the wishes fulfillment. There's hope. The universe is conspiring to get you there. God is putting things in place for you to get there. So continue to have hope in that. And again, this isn't everybody, but for those of you that have some doubts into if this is going to happen, get into some young energy. I'm not telling you to act childish, but be childlike. If you need to take an hour and do an adult coloring book, if you need to take an hour and do a children's coloring book, get you some crayons, some markers, some color pencils, whatever, do that. Do what makes you happy. It's going to spark something within you. It's going to have you find you some joy. Because, as adults, we tend to forget that we still need to find joy. We still need to have some fun in life. It is okay to have fun. Don't be such a boring adult. And if you are boring, it's okay. It's okay. If it makes you happy, I love it. But be creative. Yeah, be creative. Again, this is like a youthful free spirit. And it's infectious. Maybe you need to go be around some kids or some kids who have that, and hopefully that'll rub off on you. But you're going to get everything that you want. Again, this isn't negative in the sense of there might be some delays, but it's because you are having doubt, and that's not for everyone. But for some of you, you're having delays, or you're experiencing delays, or because you have a negative mindset. Get into your young energy, okay? Get into that inner child energy. Color, create something, do something. I'm going to now pull some oracle cards. Spirit, can you give us some clarifiers for the message? Say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. And this might be why some of you are in this negative energy. Now, let me give you a little example. Childhood trauma. You had a verbally abusive parent. You were always told that you were stupid, that you would never amount to nothing. You were always put down. Or perhaps it was an old relationship, your first love or whomever, someone you really loved, and they were verbally abusive or even maybe physically abusive to you. But say goodbye to your past. Your past doesn't define you, okay? You get to define you. So say goodbye to it and leave that baggage behind for good. And for some of you, it's going to take time. Well, it takes time to get over the trauma. I know some things we may not fully ever get over with. It's a daily process, but you get better and you move forward and you don't allow it to dictate your future, right? So if you want this to come to fruition and you've got self-doubt, let's work on saying goodbye to your past and leaving that baggage behind, because it's not going to serve you to where you're going. Okay? All right, Spirit, can we get another verifier? I almost fell on the floor. Life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? I cannot make this up. Honestly, again, it comes back to this being in the reverse, which is like negative thinking and self-doubt. For those of you in this energy, are you going to focus on how hard your life has been? Or are you going to choose to focus on how wonderful it can be? Look, these two are filled with joy. She's filled with hope, inspiration. She wished for a star. And it's like she got a lasso onto it. And she's grabbed onto it. She got what she wanted. Look, all these little orbs of light. Spirit is conspiring to have her get everything she wants. That she's manifesting. She's excited about. She has her energy. Which is where you need to be, right? So focus on life, how wonderful it can be. Life can be hard. That's life. We're going to go through some hard shit. But it can be wonderful. It's all about how we perceive it. I think I'm talking to myself a little bit there. So if you want to get to here, where you're in the upright, where there are no delays, where you just manifesting, focus on how wonderful life can be. Okay? Spirit, can we get another clarifier? So, I've been, the reason I'm doing it that way instead of trying to clarify each card is because it just comes out in the reverse, it seems. So I'm just going to ask the way that I'm asking, but be authentic. Everything else is just exhausting. Hello. Which is why you need to be in her energy. She's been authentically her. She don't give a fuck about who's watching her. She don't give a fuck about what anyone else is thinking. She's just being her. She's throwing her wand up in the air. She's like, woo! Yes, child. I'm up out of here. Like, I'm kicking my heels up in the air. You know, she's just being carefree. So be authentic. Be in that shit and be carefree about it. That don't mean be a bully or be nasty to people, but be who you're gonna be. If you're gonna be spiritual, if you're gonna use your gifts for good, a light worker, if you're psychic and you want to use tarot, go do that. And if you don't want to do it, then don't. But be who you are. Be who God has asked you to be. Okay? Or created you to be. Let's see, Spirit. Can we get one more clarifier? Woo. This came out in the other one, but never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. You always bounce back. So whatever it is from your past that you need to let go, you will. You always do. So this time, let's do it as we heal so that we don't bounce back as bitter. Okay? And so this was at the bottom of the deck. A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. Speaking back to our initial of the star, Have that faith. The faith the size of a mustard seed. Remember? I wish I had pulled out. I'm going to start keeping the mustard seed on my desk, but a little bit of faith is all you need. Okay? All right. I'm going to pull a spirit animal message for you. Well, I don't think all of them are spirit animals. Some of them are planets and stuff, but you guys got the whale. And so let's see what it says. Just as the whale can dive into the depths of the sea and endure immense pressure, you also are able to endure both emotional and physical pressures. Wow. I like whales. They're majestic creatures. And so you can endure these things. There are people that would not be able to have endured or went through some of the things that you've gone through. Real talk. Like some of you, you had to fight just to be here. Some of you, it's a miracle that you are here. And not only do you not look like what you've been through, but that you are even in your right mind. So remember, you were born for this. But it's time to say goodbye to that past. It's time to focus on how wonderful life can be so that you can be in the sunshine upright with that spark to get the life that you deserve, the life that you desire to live. Okay? Wow, what a beautiful message. Again, I do read cards, tarot cards in the reverse. But what I do, because I read a lot for myself, when it comes to the reverse, don't look at it as all negative. I always try to look for the silver lining, for the positives in it. You know? Where it may say, what if this was in the reverse, right? Well, these major arcana cards speak to life cycles and how life can be, right? We can be up one day, we can be down the next. That is life. So this is to guide you. This is to say, hey, you've lost faith. So that's to guide, put you back on the right path to, okay, I lost my faith when XYZ happened. And I remember one time before I did ABC to build my faith. So let me try that again. Let me try some new things. It's trying things to help you cope better with life, because life is going to life. But it's also about our perspective. Things are not going to feel good. Healing doesn't even feel good, okay? Like healing is a bitch. It don't feel good. Again, it's not linear. It's up, down, peaks and valleys. You hit a brick wall one day. It's a zigzag and a whole lot of stuff. Healing ain't pretty. No, it is not like what some of these influencers are like. Oh, I'm on my healing journey. I had tea on the mountains. Nah, you ugly crying because you angry about the way that your parents treated you when you didn't deserve any of that. But you're having to figure out life as an adult and deal with trauma while trying to be in relationships with people, hold jobs, maybe some of you have kids. This shit ain't easy. So I'm here to help guide you. The cards do not run your life, but they speak to the things that you don't tell other people about. They speak to the things that are deep within. So this is to help you. This is still a beautiful message. Congratulations to all of you actually, because some of you just need to tweak some things here and there. But you're going to manifest the wishes fulfillment, okay? All right. All right, so that was the reading for groups 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video and to this reading. I just want to say to all of you from each group, they were all such beautiful, beautiful readings. And again, for any that had a card in the reverse, honestly, do not take that as negative. Take that as this is a sign for me to work on self-doubt, a sign to work on anything in any area that I feel that I'm lacking. I encourage you all to do shadow work. I know with social media, words and things become trendy, but there's nothing evil about shadow work. It is asking yourself questions about the stuff that you've been through and how you can become better and how you can let go of that baggage and how you can forgive yourself and the people you need to forgive as well, so that you can move on, so you can make better choices, so you can stop dating people that put you in trauma, or stop dating from your trauma, stop operating in your trauma. Yeah, there's nothing evil about it. It's honestly really the only way to truly and deeply heal. There's nothing wrong with religion, but honestly, there are a lot of things that people have been taught that are just self-limiting. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to discredit anything. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. But there are some things that I've just come across that make sense. And it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. But shadow work, I encourage you to do that. So, thank you for listening to this reading. Bye.